Welcome to the Fear and Greed Afternoon Report for Wednesday the 9th of February 2022. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon we bring you the 5 news items that you need to know about from today. Story number 1, all about the share market. The S&P ASX 200 closed up 1% today to 7,257 points, following a very similar rise yesterday. The banks led the way thanks to a very strong result from Commonwealth Bank, more of that shortly. Across the board, financials were up 2.6%. Including Westpac and National Australia Bank, they both rose 2.4%, and ANZ jumped 1.7%. Computershare was among the best performers, with its share price up more than 11% after impressing investors with its half-year announcement. Tyro Payments and Appen both rose 5% in what was a better day for tech stocks all round. In fact, the information technology sub-index was up a massive 4.2%. Another to impress was online retailer Temple & Webster, which added nearly 10%, after reporting a strong start to sales this year. The big miners were the underperformers after Beijing made more noises about keeping a lid on iron ore prices. Lithium producer Mineral Resources tumbled after disappointing investors. Now, while lithium prices are high, so are costs as the company tries to move its product out of Western Australia. Also, retailer Bapcor lost 8% after announcing disappointing results. Story number 2, as promised, is all about the Commonwealth Bank. It announced a half-year profit of $4.85 billion, much bigger than expected, sending its share price up 5%. It just seems to be doing really well across the board, in home lending and in business lending. The bad news is that profit margins are being squeezed, though it's not alone among the banks. Boss Matt Comyn was very upbeat about the economic outlook and said he expects interest rates to rise in the second half of this year. Banks tend to outperform in a rising interest rate environment, so that should be good for the CommBank and those others. Story number 3 is about the economy. The Westpac Melbourne Institute Index fell 0.3%, with respondents reporting greater concern over family finances. Looking ahead, consumers are confident that the economy will continue to improve and upbeat about the employment market. The survey shows that consumers expect interest rates to rise, with 2/3 of respondents forecasting a hike in rates over the next year, and a big chunk of those guys think it will be more than 1%. So, this week we've had readings of business and consumer confidence. The story is the same. Things went into a lull the past few weeks, but are expected to pick up again in coming months. That's good news. Story number 4 comes from the Financial Review. It's running a story that says vaccine effectiveness with COVID is at its peak 15 to 30 days after the second jab, according to a study published by The Lancet. From then, it wanes to have non-effectiveness after about 7 months. But there is a difference between being protected from infection and being protected from serious illness. Protection against severe illness was much better maintained than against the infection. And finally, story number 5 comes from Qantas. The national carrier has reported a spike in international bookings and searches since the government said it would reopen international borders on 21 February. In fact, bookings doubled on the day after the reopening announcement. Bookings are strongest out of the United States, the United Kingdom, as well as South Africa, India and Canada. That's it for the afternoon report for Wednesday the 9th of February 2022. Michael Thompson and I will be back tomorrow morning for the Thursday edition of Fear and Greed. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.